When I entered the show, I was very skeptical. I was like, okay, theek hai. Maybe I'll come out in 4 weeks or 5 weeks or 6 weeks max. It's a reality show. It's a part of my life. It's a part of my career. It's over. Look forward. The first week, Farah Khan ma'am came in, and she said that for me, in my ranking, Karan Kundrra is #1, and I was pretty shocked. I was like, really? Some of the fans came in, and one of them said, "Na aap soye ho, na hame sone diya aapne, आपके चक्कर में हमारे घर पे खाना नहीं बना कब." When I didn't make it to the top 3, it was something else. I mean, there were 27 lakh tweets that happened. All of that is just very overwhelming.
Karan Kundrra, welcome back on Bollywood Hungama.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Faridoon, and thank you for taking out time for me and having me over.
No, it's my pleasure. And so, can you say that this entire experience that you had with Bigg Boss, maybe it is the biggest high point of your career so far?
It is definitely a high point. It's very close to what happened when I had done my first show. The times were different, 2009, and social media was not that huge then, but the kind of response that we'd got, overnight success and everything, this is something like that. So I think after 13 years, I've felt the kind of love, the kind of support, the kindness that has been shown towards me. I think it's fantastic. It's great. To be honest, I did not expect. When I entered the show, I was very skeptical. I was like, okay, theek hai. Maybe I'll come out in 4 weeks or 5 weeks or 6 weeks max, and let's see what happens. But it just turned around to be a completely different experience. I remember sitting with my team, and they were all like, theek hai, we'll probably gain this and we'll probably gain that. But whatever we thought, we planned, it's been at least tenfold more than what we'd expected. And it's very different. It's very overwhelming because they've seen me as a character. They've seen my films, they've seen my shows, they've seen my reality shows. But this time, it is something different because they're attached to me in a very different way, because they've attached to me as who I am. They've laughed with me, they've cried with me, they've sort of felt disappointed with me, and the kind of outrage that came out when I didn't make it to the top 3, it was something else. I mean, there were 27 lakh tweets that happened. All of that is just very overwhelming.
Right,
and
so
you don't realize these things when you're inside the show, because there are only 13 people around you, and wo bhi kam hota rehta hai. You don't realize that. Yeah, I mean, you're aware that there are cameras, but you don't know the kind of the emotions that are being now being attached with you. Once there was this close to the finale, some of the fans came in, and one of them said कि करण आप कल बहुत टेंशन में थे, आप बहुत you were very worried. I was like, yeah. And he's like, आप सोए हो, ना हमें सोने दिया आपने, आपके चक्कर में हमारे घर पे खाना नहीं बना कब. And I was like, okay. So I was like, okay, this is different. This is something that I've never experienced. So it's a brand new experience for me, and it's quite nice.
All right. So you just said that 27 lakh tweets and the fact that people expected you to be in the top 2. And
Yes.
You have been billed as the probable winner of Bigg Boss for many weeks now. And apparently, so you posted on Instagram as well on your stories, and that you were disappointed. But many feel that you were the deserving winner. How disappointing was it?
I was absolutely destroyed, when I didn't even make it to the top 2, because it's not like I'm in the starting of my career. It's not like I've done reality shows. It's not like I've not done reality shows before. It's not like how I don't know how stuff works. To be honest, when I entered the show, I was pretty clueless. I didn't know. The first week, Farah Khan ma'am came in, and she said that for me, in my ranking, Karan Kundrra is #1, and I was pretty shocked. I was like, really? So I didn't know what I was doing inside, but apparently it was working. People were liking me, and when the nominations would happen, the votes would come in, and even the people inside, the contestants, looked at me in a different way, and they knew that I would not backstab them. I had a trust with everybody. I had a nice relationship with everybody, and then you start building hope. because it's something that you've not expected. It's something that you've not thought about. But when the 5 weeks got over, the 6 weeks got over, then the 10 weeks got over, then 12 weeks got over, and then everybody inside the house, looked at me in a certain way. People who would come from outside would tell me, things. So you start slowly and slowly, believing in yourself that maybe it might just end up pretty well. And then reaching the last day and actually interacting with the with the fans who were sent in, I was pretty hopeful. And then when that happened, my hopes actually destroyed, and you start doubting yourself. And there's this narrative that you set for yourself that gets destroyed, and then you ask yourself, maybe you were not good enough. Maybe it was just hope that you just created for yourself. And I'm sure every contestant does that, irrespective of how many weeks they stay inside the house. Everybody enters and they want to win, and I wanted to win as well. For me, it was very, very clear that I would like to see Umar, me, and Tejasswi as the top three. And when unfortunately Umar had to leave the show, for me it was very clear that it has to be me and Tejasswi. And then whoever picks up the trophy, it's absolutely fine, because my career is not defined. My history or my future is not going to be defined by one trophy. It's what I've done in the 17 weeks of the show, in the 4 months of the show, 24 hours, and not in the last 5 to 10 minutes of the show. So yes, there was a lot of disappointment, which to be honest, I got snapped out of it as soon as I took a 4-hour, 5-hour nap. I woke up and I was back at being who I am. I am Karan, and this is how I am. I never look back. I do not regret. I learn, but then I'm always looking forward. So then it was, and then I saw what was happening on social media. Then I saw the kind of messages that were coming. People calling from everywhere, and there was outrage, and there was a lot of whatever I was feeling was being felt by a lot of people. And so that gave me a lot of hope. And then I realized, ki, chal, theek hai. It's a reality show. It's a part of my life. It's a part of my career. It's over. Look forward.
All right, but can we say that considering that you are attached to Tejasswi, and obviously you are thrilled with a victory and all, but क्या हम ये कह सकते हैं, अगर हम एक इंसानी लेवल पे अगर हम देखें, so the fact that मोहब्बत जो है वो शायद बीच में आ गई आपकी उस शिद्दत के लिए जो ट्रॉफी के लिए हो सकती थी?
क्योंकि see, a lot of people have thought this कि मैंने अपनी गेम खराब कर ली. But see, the point is that I am not very vocal. All right, I am inside the house. I was the one who was always strategizing. I was the one who always was. मेरे बहुत clear थे कि these are the people that are with me, and these are the people who I want. We want to go forward. So when people were thinking, there were times when a task would go wrong, and I would immediately get into, okay, what's next? How do I do this? There was a time when me and Umar were already in the VIP, and Tejasswi ka task tha wo wala, and she lost and she got angry and everything. While she was doing that, I was not dwelling there. I was already in the future. I was like, okay, let me calculate. There's just one more spot left. What's gonna happen? Okay, now what do we do? Now how do I strategize? It was a lot of inside thing, background mein jo chal raha tha. If you ask the people who've seen the show 24 hours, they know that my brain was always working on strategizing and getting my people to the top, and myself, of course. Doesn't mean that meri game kharab hui. Yes, I fell in love, definitely. And I would say that this was the best thing that I would do. You think that I would let a reality show come in between how I feel? I don't think so. I think for me, love has a way bigger importance in my life, especially with the kind of times I've dealt with after COVID and everything. For me, relationships are very, very important. And if I had not played the game rightly, what was I doing in the top 3 then?
All right, that's I think good defense. Your father is of the opinion that you guys are good to go as far as marriage is concerned whenever you want. So I think somewhere that is a significant victory too.
I think it's not just my dad. I think both the families are pretty much same opinion. But I'll be very honest, we've not had the time to even talk. We were very, very scared of what is going to happen once the show gets over. Are we going to feel the same way? Is it because we are in a show and we have only each other, and it's a stressful situation? Is it that? Or do we actually feel like this? What will happen when we get our phones back? What will happen when we go outside? Will we realize that, oh, ye to isliye ho gaya kyunki. So for now, what we are realizing is that it's not what we were thinking, and we are actually becoming closer to each other now that there's distance between us, because obviously she's busy with her shoots and everything. We're getting time to think without cameras, without mics, without each other, and we're only getting stronger. So that is for sure. But I think for me, it was very, very clear, Faridoon, that at the end, I wanted me and Tejasswi, on left and right of the camera, and whoever wins the trophy wins the trophy. If it's between me and her, it doesn't make a difference. So that's how I am. That's who I am, and I can't change that. People will say that you were not playing for yourself. I definitely was. My basic nature is not. I can't be this way. I have to be this way. There are these qualities in me, or whatever. But that's how I am. I can't, and I'm very proud of the fact. I'm very proud of the fact that no, I did not play only for myself. No, there was a point when they had to literally tell me that if you don't play for Shamita, Pratik, and Nishan, you're not showing this. And I felt like a hero inside. I was like, oh, so I have to do this. Fantastic, I'll do it. Whatever I've done inside, whatever decisions I took, whatever strategies I made, wherever I reached, I take full onus of that, and that is me, and nothing can change that. And I'm not going to say that I regret it. Definitely not.